I want to tell you something that took me 9 months and a painful data analysis to understand. My returns were fine, my stock picks were doing well. I was contributing regularly, every single week, and yet the portfolio wasn't growing the way it should have been. I kept looking at the market, checking price movements, blaming the economy. It wasn't the market, it was me. Think of your investment account as a bathtub. Your contributions are the tap. Water flowing in every week, every month. Consistent. Your returns are the warm water already in there, slowly building. Compound growth is the water level rising over time. Now, here's the question I never thought to ask myself. What was happening at the drain? For a long stretch, I was running the tap full pressure, proud of my discipline, while the drain was wide open. Every few weeks, something would come up. I would reach into the portfolio, and the level would drop. I wasn't building a portfolio, I was filling a colander. I eventually sat down and ran the numbers. Every contribution I ever made, every withdrawal I ever took. What I found was uncomfortable. For a significant stretch, I was withdrawing more than half of everything I put in. I was working to build wealth while dismantling more than half of my own effort. The compound growth model made it worse. The money I withdrew didn't just cost me the amount I took out. It cost me what that money would have become. Months of returns on returns, gone. Not because the market failed me, because I kept opening the drain. It wasn't weakness. It wasn't lack of discipline. It was a structural problem. And structural problems need structural solutions. Reason 1. I had no emergency fund. When life sent a bill, and life always sends bills, whether it's hospital visit, a broken down car, or family back home needing help this month, the only place I had to go was the investment account. It became my emergency fund by default, a very expensive one. Reason 2. I had no separation of purpose. It doesn't matter if you are salaried or self-employed, running a shop or working a desk. If your short-term money and your long-term money live in the same mental space, they are all just my money. So when I needed money, I took it from wherever it was. Reason 3. I had no written withdrawal rules. Without a policy, every urgent expense felt justified in the moment. And in the moment, they usually were. But the portfolio doesn't care about your justifications. It only cares about the compound growth that didn't happen because the money wasn't there. So here's what actually fixed it. First, and this felt counterintuitive, I prioritized building the emergency fund before investing more. I know, you want to invest. I wanted to invest. But without the wall, every emergency became a portfolio withdrawal. Whoever you are and whatever your income looks like, build the wall first, then build the wealth behind it. Second, I separated every account by purpose. My liquidity fund became completely separate from my equity portfolio. Different jobs, different rules. When I need money for a goal, it comes from the parking fund. The stock portfolio is untouchable except on a planned basis. Third, I wrote down a withdrawal policy. Maximum percentage per year, a waiting period for anything above a set amount. The act of writing it down changed something. The decision was already made before the emergency arrived. Close the drain, then watch what the water level does. 9 months of decent returns, good stock picks, real discipline on contributions. And for a significant chunk of that journey, the drain was open and I didn't know it. The moment I closed the drain, built the fund, separated the accounts, set the rules, the portfolio started behaving the way I always thought it should. Not because anything changed in the bucket, because I stopped getting in the way of my own compound growth. Precept 1. Close the drain before you fill the tap. You cannot out-contribute a leaking portfolio.
Subscribe and hit the bell for new episodes every week.